Hey guys, Xaryu here, and today I want to show you guys a new spec that I've been running a lot of times in 2v2 and sometimes in 3v3. And today I want to show you the spec, and I want to show you when I would be using this spec. So first of all, I don't want to take credit for making this spec up. One of my viewers, or a couple of my viewers, were telling me to try this spec, and apparently they were getting it from Zico or some European players, so I'm not sure who developed the spec first, but whoever made it, it's not me. But I have been trying it, and it's been working very well. A lot of people have been asking me on stream about the spec, so I thought I'd make a video. So this spec is actually using Lonely Winter instead of Bone Chilling, primarily. So Bone Chilling isn't great. The main difference between these two specs is whether or not you have a water Ellie and whether or not you have that bonus damage. A couple things to note here. Lonely Winter did get buffed from 20% to 25% in this last hotfix, this last buff slash nerf. So that was implemented recently. It was 20%, so it was a lot worse. Then you're asking yourself, why is it 28% here? And that's because it's cold outside when you have a pet. I can actually just change the talent here and show you, but it's cold outside when you have a pet, increases your pet's water bolt damage, and has a chance to generate Fingers of Frost. However, when you go Lonely Winter, it gives you 3% extra damage on most of your abilities, okay? So, right here, Lonely Winter, I've been going Lonely Winter in 2s almost every single game, and that 28% increased damage on Frostbolt, which makes, bigger glacials, Ice Lance, Flurry, Orb, it's a lot of damage. Same thing with Ice Lance. So the second talent I've been going to pair along with this is Initiation, which at first I was like, this is so stupid. Why would I go Initiation over having an additional 6% haste on all of my abilities? Initiation, however, is really good for building a big glacial, and at first it took me a while to see that, but when I play Initiation in the guy's full life, and I Frostbolt him down to 90%, but then he gets healed back to full life, and then I Frostbolt him down to 90% again, back to full life, 90% again, full life, 90% again. That means I'm getting 5 Frostbolts with nearly a 50% critical strike chance, which means my Glacial Spike, on average, is going to be 30% larger, as a 30% increased chance for all of them to be crits, which means I'm just getting larger Glacial Spikes more often. However, this does nothing when the target's below 80% life. So a lot of times in 3v3, when you're playing, if you play with a Feral Druid, and the guy's always kind of low because they always have bleeds, this sucks. When you're playing maybe with a Warrior, or even a Monk, a lot of the times this sucks because you're not getting that value because your partner is bringing the guy low HP. So I wouldn't be playing this a lot of times in 3v3, but in 2s it's great because you're the only DPS. Mages kill in bursts. The guy's always above 80%, where you can build this huge glacial and then spike him all the way down to like 50% and then kill him from there. So I've been using Initiation a lot in 2s. Wouldn't use it too much in 3s unless you're maybe playing with the Destro Warlock, which is also very high burst, where the guy's kind of always at 100% life and then you 100-0 him. That's when I would use Initiation. Maybe if you're playing God Comp and you're playing very turtly. Maybe if you're queuing Rogue Mage, very high burst, even though Rogue Mage isn't too good right now in 3v3. So this is when I would use Initiation, when the guy's kind of always full life, and then you stack up 5 Icicles when the guy's above 80% life, and then you one-shot with a Glacial. Definitely, I would like Destro Warlock is a prime example of this. So Lonely Winter is really good for 2v2, first of all, because you just want more damage. Consistently more damage, because in 2v2 right now is all about dampening. It's going to be 2 players against 2 other players, and it's usually always a healer, and you're literally waiting for dampening to kick in, and the more damage, the more better. Okay, so with that, I would definitely say Lonely Winter is just going to get you ahead sooner, and you're just gonna do better in 2s with it. However, I think Lonely Winter is also better in 3s when you're at a distance. And let me explain myself. So with Flurry, as I talked about in my Mage Guide, when you get these Flurry procs right here, you can actually use it to deep shatter your Frostbolts when you cast Frostbolt and then immediately Flurry. However, it only works if you're more than like about 20 yards away. So if I cast it from here, I can Deep Shatter. However, if I cast a flurry from like here, if I get another proc, well, you guys, if I don't get a proc, you guys can imagine as well. If I cast it from this close, I'm not going to get a shatter. Okay, so a large majority of your burst damage. All right, so if I cast Frostbolt and a flurry here, it's not going to work. Okay, you have to be further out here for it to actually work. The distance is right about here, where it's like may or may not work. So you have to be, you want to be like 20, 30 yards for it to actually work. Anyway, so with Lonely Winter, you give up your Water Elemental, which means you give up your Pet Nova. So with a lot of compositions that you want to just rely on that burst, like you need the burst when you need it. So even with like Rogue Mage or Windwalker Mage, I would still go with the Water Ellie, because you need that on-demand Frostbolt Pet Nova burst with the Deep Shatter. But with comps like Destro Mage, or any like, if you're playing any type of Warlock, like Turtley, like dampening comps, where you can just cast Frostbolts from 40 yards away, over and over and over, until you get those Frostbolt into Flurry combinations, you're going to be doing 25 or 28% larger Frostbolts and 28% larger Flurries for just the largest shatters ever. So it's really good if you can be very patient. And so that brings up another point. It's good depending on what you're playing as well as what you are playing. So what you're playing against and what comp you're playing. So if you're playing against a Destro Mage, this all of a sudden becomes really good, because they're always far from you on the pillar, not really pushing in too much, okay? If you're playing against Windwalker DK that is running at you and cleaving you down, I would go with Bone Chilling just for the extra Nova, for the extra defense. I would go with Bone Chilling just because you can get quicker damage out. It's not going to be as much damage overall, but it's going to be quicker burst that you can actually just get out before your healer is dead. So that's the difference between Bone Chilling and Lonely Winter, guys. I hope this video explained when to use each one and why I've been testing out Lonely Winter and when I've been actually going initiation with that as well. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This is the new spec I've been playing on stream sometimes, and hope you guys have as much fun as I have been with it, because it's been a lot of fun and too. My win ratio has been going up quite a bit. But yeah, give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Give it a thumbs down if you didn't. Let me know in the comments below what you guys want to see next time, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!